sent to you. And I learned very early in my 20s that there are no victims. There are no victims. You have to understand the soul and what the soul is and how we are a soul having a human experience, and every night that we go to sleep, we go into the other world, and heavens actually begin in the fifth dimension. And the fourth dimension is called the astral world, and that's where most people go. Rarely does somebody die and go to heaven. You have to be able to hold the frequency of heaven, because everything is frequency. I mean, you can go to heaven, and many people do that have lived good lives. They'll go to heaven, but the question is, can they stay in heaven, because they have to keep that very high frequency. And in order to stay in heaven, when you lived your life on earth, you were an outstanding human being. And the big key to it all is, it is through service to God, service to humanity, that you want to, in your heart, you really want to serve people, make their life better, or make life on earth better. Those are the things that take you higher. And I tell people, spiritual energy is like a pyramid. The higher you go, our soul is moving up. We're living on the third dimension. You don't want to know what's below the third dimension. It's very dark down there. But we're living in the third dimension physical world, but we have a soul that lives in the fourth dimension. We have a spirit that lives in the fifth dimension, our God self. We have a God self. We have a higher self, and our higher self is called our Christ self. So each and every one of us have a Christ inside of us. Every one of us. That's the essence of who we are. And Christ came to earth, and before Christ was Buddha. But Christ came to earth, and he was the Prince of Peace and the Prince of Love. And he demonstrated, now this is how you be, this is how you are, and you're going to get home. Home is, where our spirit is. Heaven. Home is heaven. And the soul comes in lifetime after lifetime on it. The earth is the schoolhouse for the soul. The earth is the schoolhouse for the soul. And the soul, every life, I don't know if you believe in past lives, do you?
I do.
Yes, honey, good, because it's very, very real. And every life, the soul goes to school on earth. Schoolhouse earth for the soul. And in between lives, we continue to live in the other world. And where you end up, it is determined by your frequency. And your frequency is determined by the love in your heart and the purity of your mind. So the whole goal is to get the mind and the heart aligned. The mind is the male part, the heart is the female part. So we have a male and female within us. And you want to get the male and the female. When the male and the female marry within us, that is called enlightenment. When the male and female within us come together and merge, and those are many, many lifetimes to reach there. But when the male and female within us merge and become one, it's called enlightenment. That's enlightenment. When they marry and you reach the point of enlightenment, you graduate off the earth. The soul becomes one with the Christ self. The soul becomes one with the spirit. And then you go on into other worlds beyond the earth plane. And you go and grace other places in the universe.
Wow.
It's a very beautiful thing. And it's very freeing. And especially, and I want people to always remember, there are no victims. None. And in the higher realms, in the higher dimensions, there are no victims. Everybody knows that. because what people here on earth don't understand is that whatever happens to anybody, whatever experience, good or bad, whatever they're drawing to themselves, they're drawing it, is because of the seeds they have planted previously. In their thoughts, their words, their deeds, and their actions. Those seeds were planted already. And so I tell people, this is what I do.
Is there a way for other people to plant seeds?
No. Other people, because what you have to understand is that your mother, your father, your siblings, the teachers you had, your friends, we've been on the earth for so long that you've had past lives with all of them. And the soul tells you what the nature of those past lives, because when you're in a place or you're with a person and you meet them, you really like them, or you have this funny feeling about them, all of those are the soul talking to you and giving you clues of what your past lives have been. And we've been on the earth, the souls have been on the earth so long. There isn't anybody or thing that comes into your life that is not from past lives. None of it. So everything and how you relate to someone, when you're first meeting them and getting to know them, is all from that. Those are clues to what your past lives have been like. Because we've been on the earth plane too long to have anybody new. There's nobody new in your life. Everybody that you're dealing with and you meet, past, present, and future, you have a history with. And your soul is telling you and giving you clues to what that history has been by how you relate to them and how, some people you meet, you just love them immediately. Well, you've had very, very, and the people that are really close to you, we've been mother and child, husband and wife, cousins with each other, teacher and student. We've had all these different experiences with the people that are in our life and the people that come into our life. Nothing is, and the other thing, it's all recorded. It's recorded in your subconscious mind. The Hawaiians call it the unihipili, the child within, the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind has a memory bank of every thought, word, deed, and action of every single lifetime you have ever been in.
Wow.
So you have this phenomenal memory bank that nobody can create on earth. It's created through experience and through everybody's subconscious mind, the child within us. That we have a superconscious mind, our spirit, and then we have a conscious mind. That's the mother. The superconscious is the father. The mother is the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the child within what the Hawaiians call the unihipili. And there is a constant recording going on that goes back to the beginning of your creation, which was eons and eons and eons ago. And the goal is to come to earth over and over and over again. And the goal is to graduate off of the earth. The earth is the school for the soul, and we're here to graduate off of the earth. And you graduate off of the earth when the male and female inside of you merge and become one. They marry and become one. And that's called enlightenment. And then you can graduate off of earth. You don't have to keep coming back. You break the birth and death cycle.
So all my previous reincarnations haven't graduated yet?
Oh, no, you can't. I mean, not off the earth. You haven't broken the birth-death cycle yet.
So what if I'm the one that does that?
No, you don't do that, honey. You don't do that. God does that.
Oh.
Yeah, God does that. And we all have a God living within us. Our spirit is our God self. Our higher self. We all have a higher self. Our higher self is the Christ self. We all have a Christ self, our higher self. It's called the Christ self. And we are, as a human, lifetime after lifetime, are going to school with every life and working to become the alignment of heaven and earth within us, the alignment of the male and female within us, the alignment of our spirit becoming a spirit, a God, while in a human form. That's the goal. And so I just, the main thing I think I want to say to you is just know a couple of things. Our thoughts are things. So what I've been saying to people, I'm not teaching classes, but what I'm saying to people, I just say to them, you know what I do, and I call it going for the gold. Going for the gold. I said, I live a life where I'm always going for the gold. And so that no matter, and I know that there's no victims, so whatever is coming into my life for ill or good has been created by me through my previous lives and my thoughts and my deeds and my actions and my words. So everything coming to me is my creation. And past creations with the people and the things that I love or despise, it's all there to be seen, and that's your soul that's telling you by how you feel, what you say, how you live. So I tell people what I've done is I go for the gold, and what that means is that no matter how difficult a situation is, because I cannot play a victim, because I know there's no such thing. I know, and I teach people about the soul and what is the soul and who the soul is within us. And so everything I draw, and some things are really terrible, scary, and you don't want to go into fear. False evidence appearing real. You don't want to go into fear, and you certainly don't ever want fear to run your life. And
would you say that was false evidence appearing real?
That's what fear is. False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing
real. Which means that life on earth is a big illusion. It's very illusory, life on earth. And the thing is that, you're on earth and you're a human, right? When we enter the earth plane, we become human, but we're also are a spirit. And we have a soul, the soul's journey, coming to school to eventually graduate off of earth and the soul and the spirit merge. That's enlightenment. That's how you graduate off of earth. And it's a matter of learning how to love more. How great can you love and trust and patience? So I started to tell you what I do is I go for the gold. So what that means is whatever comes into my life, whatever my challenges are, I make it a conscious effort to find what's good in the situation, what's right in the situation, what I find the beauty or the good. I look for it. I go for it. I'm not going to dwell on the bad. I'm not going to dwell on what's wrong. Never. Because that's going to bring more bad. Because of the energy of what you put out is what you get. What you put out is what you get. It goes in a circle. It's called karma. What you put out is what you draw. What you put out is what you draw. So I'm not going. So how I've really helped myself is no matter what's in my life, I'm going to find what's right. No matter what the person is doing, I'm going to find
the gold,
the beauty in the person. And there's a way that you do that because we have We have a doorway, a stairway to heaven within us. It's called, what's it called? Anyway, you go to this elevator within you, and it's a gold and a white elevator, and you just go up. You don't get stuck in the lower dimension. You don't get stuck in the lower realms. No matter how hard the situation is, no matter how much I don't really want to be with this person or like this person, I'm going to make a concerted effort to look and find what's right. And everything is right there, because there's no mistakes, because everything's being brought to you by your own soul and your spirit. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. Every accident, everything that every person, every situation that every person is in is accumulation of what they have done before, their thoughts, their words, their deeds, and their actions. So, and the bigger the challenge, and I tell people, the greater the challenge in front of you, the greater the gold. There's more gold for you. The bigger the bigger the challenge, that's a golden opportunity to take giant steps forward in the merging of your soul and your spirit. And the soul has a recording mechanism. It's the subconscious mind. It's the child. We have a superconscious mind, a conscious mind, and a subconscious. We have an inner family. This is what the Kahuna taught, the Hawaiian way of healing. We have an inner family within us. We have a father, a mother, and a child. Father being the superconscious mind, the God self. The mother being the conscious mind, the one that makes, has to make the decisions, right? Now, the decisions that we make on person, place, thing, every decision we make, the goal is to get in that elevator and go up and look through the eyes of our Christ, look through our higher self, our Christ self, and see, like what I'm talking about, seeing what you have to find what's right. You have to find the beauty in it, in the person, in the situation. And the harder it is, and the greater you attain to knowing what's right and what's truth, the more giant steps you take up the ladder to that marriage within. The male and the female within us, the sacred marriage and the sacred union. And even when we leave here, and I help people to understand, what the end of your life is, and where do you go? Where do you go? And life, there is no death, but where do you go when you pass on? Where do you go, and what determines where you go? And how you live your life on earth, how you make your decisions, and the kind of decisions you make. And by the way, here's another thing I'll tell you. Every planet, and by the way, planets are beings, great beings and divine forces. They're beings, every planet. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Do you remember where I was?
She was talking about planets and other creations just like us.
Yeah, you got somebody there with you.
Yeah.
Who's that?
This is my friend.
Hey there, man.
Hi.
I'm.
Hi, honey.
This
What's
is.
your name?
My name is Jose.
Oh, Jose. Hi,
Yeah,
Jose.
this is such an enlightening conversation. I'm like so in tune with it. I'm like, I'm an insurance agent just as well as my buddy is just. This is so amazing. I've never heard something like this before.
I'm over here taking notes and everything.
Yes,
Susan.
we're both
I know,
taking notes.
you guys are so precious. You're so precious. And by the way, there's no accidents. There's no such thing.
I was
as an
just thinking
accident.
about that. I was saying in my head, there's a reason why we called you and we came across you.
Always. And I'll tell you something else, because there are no accidents. And we've been in other lives together. That's why we even came together. Because, like I've said, people have been on the earth for so long. Nothing's new. Nobody's new. No situation is new. We've been everything. We've been everything. And the closer you are to the person, we've been everything in other lives. Husband, wife, mother, daughter, cousins, brothers, sisters. We've been the closer you are to a person, just realize the more history you have with them. Now your soul is going to be telling you giving you hints of what that history has been like, depending on your feeling about the person, and the situation, and so I tell people, the greater the challenge, whether it's in a relationship or a situation, the greater the challenge, the more gold there is in there for you. We are climbing the ladder to enlightenment. Enlightenment is the state when you get to graduate off the earth. And so heaven begins in the fifth dimension. So we can actually, and as all these things I'm teaching you about how to respond, that is taking you up the stairway. And it's an elevator. It's a gold and white elevator that you can, it's called, I can't think of it right now, but I have this image, the chart of the divine self. And it shows the human self in the third dimension, the soul in the fourth dimension, and heaven is in the fifth dimension. It begins there, but it goes on, trust me. And in the fifth dimension is our spirit. So we have the human self, the soul, who is the reincarnating factor that has a memory bank that's unlimited. Every thought, word, deed, and action you've ever had in every life. And we've had a lot. I would say we've had over 100 lifetimes. And so there's an old soul. You've heard that term. Have you heard that term, old soul?
Yeah, I've been called that before.
And why do you think someone would recognize you as that?
I don't know.
Okay, what is your name again, honey?
Lester Jaffet.
And what's your friend's name? So I know Lester.
Jose Carrizosa?
Lester, and that's all I want, Lester and Jose. So, we're climbing the ladder to enlightenment. We all have a male and a female within us. And every day we choose, we make choices, don't we? We
Yes.
make decisions and we make choices. Are the choices of how to make life better while you're on earth? How to serve God? Do you guys believe in God?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, see, I got my guys. I got my boys here. Of course, right? How can there not be a God? I mean, everything you see is God, is God's creation. And then you understand how darkness and evil happens, and that there are no victims. If somebody is having a lot of darkness and evil things in their life, that's because they planted those seeds in other lives. And that person that they might hate or might want to hurt them, that's because you have a long history with that person, You've hurt them, and and the goal is to become the Christ self.
Okay.
The Christ self is,
Hello?
the Christ self is our higher self. That's our
Sorry.
higher self. Yeah, what happened to it, you guys? You got disappeared.
My mom is calling me, so it's like covering you. There you go.
You can tell Mom I said hi.
Okay.
Where are you guys from? Mexico?
No. I'm from
I'm
Central
so sorry.
America.
Oh, Central America. Where in Central America?
Honduras.
Oh, sweet, honey. And what about you, honey?
Los Angeles, California, but my parents are from Mexico.
Are from Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's great. I'm really enjoying connecting with you too.
So am I. This is such an enlightening. I'm speechless. He's been taking a lot of notes, but I have so many things that I'm inspired from you that I want to change, and I really mean that. I really mean
Good,
that.
honey. Now, how old are you two?
We're both super young. He's 19. I'm 24.
Oh, you guys are young. That's great. That's great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, we're in the Aquarian age. Have you heard that?
No.
You don't know you know what Aquarius is? You know that the zodiac, astrology?
Is that really real? All of that stuff?
Oh, honey, is it real? It's not, it's more than real. It's the whole framework for life here and out there.
No.
I was born in December. Look, I'm not close-minded at all, by the way. I'm not at all. I was born in December. I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm
Sag,
a Cancer.
Cancer. Okay, so now you guys have to listen to this. There's 12 signs in the zodiac.
Okay.
I really